Welcome back, collectors, historians, treasure hunters, and curious minds, to the heart of rare numismatics. This is World Rare Coin, the place where every coin is more than just metal, it is memory, legacy, and value. It is history pressed into copper, nickel, and silver. We do not just talk about coins, we breathe the stories engraved into them, from United States mint production floors to forgotten drawers in old houses. From the hands of everyday Americans to the vaults of elite collectors, every piece of currency carries a journey, and here on this channel, we reveal those journeys step by step, with passion, with knowledge, and with the truth that only seasoned collectors understand. Every week we uncover coins that changed lives, coins that slipped through time, coins that carry mint errors so rare that a single microscopic detail can turn 25 cents into a fortune. Here you will learn about minting techniques, die cracks, planchet flaws, double dies, proof strikes, and the mysteries that grading companies like PCGS and NGC decode behind sealed slabs, serial numbers, and certification labels. So if you love the hunt, if you dream of discovering a coin worth more than gold, stay with me, grab your magnifier, steady your hands, open your collector mind, and let us begin the adventure that only true collectors know to chase through the world of rare coin. The 2007 Montana State Quarter begins its journey in the vast, untamed wilderness of Big Sky Country, where towering mountains, rolling plains, and sparkling rivers form a landscape that has captivated humans for centuries. This coin is more than currency. It is a miniature canvas capturing Montana's heritage, wildlife, and natural beauty. The design features the iconic mountains in the background and to grazing bison in the foreground, a tribute to the untamed spirit of the state. Yet every detail in this coin holds meaning, from the curvature of the bison's horns to the subtle striations on the mountains. The quarter weighs exactly 5.67 grams, has a diameter of 24.6 millimeters and a thickness of 1.75 millimeters. Seemingly ordinary numbers until examined by collectors who understand that precision and condition define value when struck at the United States Mint. This coin passed through meticulous machinery and quality checks, yet the human hands, influence, and die variations ensure that no two coins are perfectly identical. Every Montana quarter carries slight variations in strike depth, luster, and edge, and these tiny differences can be the key to discovering a rare collectible that commands extraordinary attention. And here is where professional grading becomes critical. Companies like PCGs and NGC analyze every facet of a coin, examining the surface for scratches, hairlines, luster, strike sharpness, and even microscopic imperfections. An MS-65 or MS-66 coin could sell for thousands, while MS-67 or higher examples can reach astronomical values. This is how the Montana State Quarter, seemingly simple, can achieve a valuation of up to $9 million in the rarest, highest grade specimens. But before we dive into value, consider the history embedded in the metal. The bison are not merely animals, they are symbols of Montana's frontier, representing resilience, survival, and the legacy of a time when the land was harsh, unforgiving, and breathtakingly beautiful. The mountains in the background tell stories of miners, loggers, and explorers, and the plains remind collectors of the pioneers and native tribes whose lives intertwined with this environment for centuries. Holding this coin is like holding a fragment of that history. Every groove, every ridge, every reflection of light carries meaning. And the coin's luster is often the first thing a collector notices. Uncirculated examples reflect light with a brilliance that seems to capture the Montana sky itself. And here comes the thrill, because hidden within the thousands of Montana quarters minted, certain coins hold subtle errors, small variations in the die strike, misalignments, or faint doubling that make them extraordinarily rare. These anomalies, while tiny, transform the coin from a collector's item to a treasure. And identifying them requires knowledge, magnification, and patience. For example, A slightly misaligned Denver Mint strike or a minute doubling on the bison's horn could increase value exponentially. And this is why collectors examine every coin under magnifiers, comparing it to official mint documentation, photographs, and grading standards, and while many coins are found in circulation, the truly valuable specimens are preserved in pristine condition, often in protective holders, stored away from light, humidity, and handling, because any blemish can reduce value dramatically. And now imagine the journey of this quarter from the mint to circulation, into a drawer forgotten for decades only, to be rediscovered by an attentive collector who recognizes its potential. The Montana State Quarter is more than a souvenir. It is an investment in history, artistry, and rarity. Yet selling such a coin is an art in itself. The right marketplace ensures maximum value. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, or professional numismatic dealers provide platforms where collectors worldwide bid passionately. Certified coins, accompanied by PCGS or NGC grading, command the attention of serious buyers, whereas online sales without certification can be risky. Documentation and provenance are critical. Even small details like original packaging, mint rolls, or historical paperwork can influence price. And as we explore the coin further, consider its visual details. The mountains are rendered with subtle lines to suggest texture. The bison's muscles, fur, and stance are carefully struck to convey life and motion. Every collector who examines this coin will notice the depth and artistry. And now we add a layer of curiosity. The coin's edge carries ridges known as reading. Each ridge struck uniformly, yet minor deviations in reading are occasionally found. And these anomalies can attract specialized collectors looking for variety. Furthermore, the quarter's alloy, primarily copper with a nickel coating, provides durability. Yet the patina can develop unique hues over decades, from warm amber tones to soft silvers, and these natural variations affect desirability. Collectors often use soft cloths, gloves, and proper storage cases to maintain these characteristics. And the tactile feel of the coin is part of the experience. The weight in the hand, the subtle thickness, and the smoothness of the rim all contribute to understanding the coin's quality. And the story grows when you examine mint mark differences. Coins from Denver carry a D, Philadelphia sometimes has no mark, and subtle production differences between these mints create variations that collectors prize. Yet the ultimate value comes when a coin reaches high grades. MS-67 or MS-68 examples can remain in private collections for decades, passing from one collector to another. Each transaction adding to the provenance. The Montana State Quarter has become a symbol of both patience and insight, because the collector who studies dies, examines luster, and understands historical context is the one who recognizes its true worth. And now consider the emotional aspect. Holding a coin minted more than a decade ago. Thinking about the hands it passed through, the pockets it rested in, the time it spent hidden from view, the thrill of discovery is intensified by knowing that even small imperfections could drastically alter its market value. And the market itself is a living entity, with demand driven by collectors, investors, and even casual enthusiasts, and prices fluctuate based on rarity, condition, and provenance. And in the world of rare coins, a single Montana quarter can embody lessons about history, economics, art, and human fascination, and collectors learn that the search is never-ending, because even within a single series, die varieties, mint errors, and uncirculated specimens continue to surface, sometimes in the most unlikely places, from old coin rolls to family drawers. And finding one is akin to finding a hidden treasure. The excitement, anticipation, and patience required make numismatics not just a hobby but an adventure. And here is where professional grading shines. PCGS and NGC provide security, verification, and a benchmark that buyers trust, knowing that a certified coin meets strict standards with precise descriptions of luster, strike, and imperfections. And this is critical when selling high-value, coins because buyers worldwide rely on these certifications to make informed decisions. And as we continue, it is worth noting that the Montana State Quarter's story is intertwined with the coin collecting community itself. Conventions, auctions, online forums, and clubs all celebrate these coins, share knowledge, and provide avenues for discovery, teaching new collectors the value of observation, patience, and education. And now let's delve deeper into potential errors. Collectors search for faint doubling, slight die cracks, and rare plankett anomalies. These subtle features are often invisible to the untrained eye, but can transform a coin into a premium collectible. Imagine discovering such a coin, tucked into a roll of change, holding it under a loop, feeling the thrill of rarity and history combined. And once authenticated and graded, the coin could command extraordinary sums. The Montana State Quarter is an investment not only in money but in learning, curiosity, and preservation. And as we examine further, consider how condition, luster, and strike work together. A coin may be flawless in one aspect but flawed in another, and only a trained eye can recognize the full potential, and this is where the adventure continues. Every coin has a story, every collector has a dream, and the Montana State Quarter embodies both. Its $9 million valuation in the rarest examples is a reflection of scarcity, historical significance, and collector passion. And now, as we near the conclusion of this coin's journey, remember that holding, studying, and preserving such a coin connects you with generations of collectors, mint employees, and the very history of Montana itself. Every detail from edge to rim, from luster to minor imperfections, tells a story that is priceless in experience, if not in monetary terms, and the Montana State Quarter continues to inspire collectors around the world to seek, learn, preserve, and appreciate the tiny yet profound pieces of history we call coins. So stay vigilant, continue your search, explore mint marks, study grading, and remember to like, comment, and subscribe to World Rare Coin, because the story does not end here. The journey of rare coins is endless, and the Montana State Quarter is just the beginning of the adventures that await every collector. The 2016 Theodore Roosevelt National Park Quarter begins its journey in the heart of North Dakota, where the Badlands rise in rugged layers of stone and the plains stretch endlessly beneath vast skies. This coin is not merely currency, it is a tribute to the legacy of Theodore Roosevelt and his commitment to conservation. The design captures the wild beauty of the park, featuring a striking scene of grazing bison and a powerful depiction of Roosevelt himself, evoking both the untamed wilderness and the man who sought to preserve it. As collectors hold this quarter in their hands, they are touching a moment of history. The quarter weighs 5.67 grams, measures 24.26 millimeters in diameter, and has a thickness of 1.75 millimeters, dimensions that, when combined with minting quality, affect its ultimate grade and value. The United States Mint struck these coins with precision, yet as with all coins, subtle die variations, minor striking consistencies, and differences between the Denver and Philadelphia mints can create rare collectible variations. Professional grading companies like PCGS and NGC examine every detail, evaluating luster, strike depth, surface condition, and minute imperfections that most people overlook. An MS-65 coin offers a solid collectible, while MS-67 and higher coins become highly sought-after treasures. This quarter's design is particularly captivating. The bison on the landscape appear almost lifelike. The rugged Badlands carry textured detail, and Theodore Roosevelt's visage reflects both determination and foresight. Every collector who studies this coin notices the depth and artistry of the strike, and it is in these details that value is often hidden. The 2016 Theodore Roosevelt National Park Quarter has an estimated valuation of $11 million in the rarest. highest grade specimens, yet the journey to this value is a tale of rarity, condition, and collector passion. When searching for such a coin, one must examine the surface carefully, looking for plankett anomalies, faint die cracks, doubled dies, and minute errors that transform an ordinary quarter into an extraordinary collectible. Even the slightest imperfection or unusual marking can signify scarcity, and collectors often spend hours comparing their coins against mint references, photographs, and auction results to identify potential rarities. The coin's luster plays a critical role. Uncirculated examples exhibit a brilliant sheen, reflecting light in a way that emphasizes the mountains, bison, and Roosevelt's determined expression. The edge of the coin, known as the reeded edge, is also inspected for uniformity, minor deviations in reading, subtle plankett inconsistencies, or striking anomalies are often documented and can increase a coin's value significantly. And here is where the thrill of collecting truly emerges. Holding a coin minted in 2016 yet capturing the essence of a president and a protected park inspires both emotional and monetary appreciation. The history behind the coin is equally compelling. Theodore Roosevelt's conservation efforts established national parks, forests, and monuments, preserving the beauty of the American landscape, and this quarter is a small but enduring tribute to his vision. When collectors examine the quarter under magnification, they see every ridge, contour, and texture. And these details not only inform grading, but also tell the story of the mint's craftsmanship, the artistry that goes into every strike, and the human desire to preserve history. Selling such a coin requires careful planning. Certified coins from PCGS or NGC are highly desirable, and auction houses such as Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers provide safe platforms for reaching serious collectors. Coins without certification carry risks, as buyers are cautious about authenticity and condition. Provenance is critical. Documenting how a coin has been preserved over time can significantly influence price, and collectors often seek coins that have remained in pristine, uncirculated condition, stored in protective holders to maintain luster and avoid blemishes. And as we examine the coin further, the design itself becomes a study in symbolism. The bison represents not just wildlife, but the wild American spirit. The layered badlands signify the passage of time, and Theodore Roosevelt's image reflects leadership, conservation, and enduring legacy. These elements together make the coin appealing to both casual collectors and serious investors. The coin's alloy, primarily copper with a nickel coating, ensures durability, yet over time, subtle toning can develop, and collectors value coins that exhibit natural, attractive coloration without signs of corrosion or cleaning. The tactile feel of the quarter is also an element of appreciation. The precise weight, thickness, and smooth rim contribute to understanding quality, and experienced collectors often describe the experience of handling a perfect coin as both emotional and thrilling. Furthermore, mint mark differences can create variations. Denver coins carry a D, while Philadelphia coins may have no mark, and these differences influence desirability among collectors seeking specific types. Yet the ultimate value comes when coins reach higher grades. MS-67 and MS-68 examples are exceedingly rare and often remain in private collections for years, passing from one passionate collector to another, each adding to the coin's provenance. Every Montana State Quarter or Theodore Roosevelt National Park Quarter has a story, yet the 2016 Roosevelt coin stands out for its symbolism, artistry, and potential for rare errors. Subtle die misalignments, faint doubling, or small plankett flaws can catapult a collector's coin to the highest echelons of value. Imagine discovering such a coin hidden in a roll of change or tucked away in a box of old collectibles. The excitement is intensified by knowing that a tiny imperfection could define rarity and worth. This is the essence of numismatics, a blend of history, artistry, observation, and anticipation, and the market for such coins is dynamic, driven by collectors, investors, and enthusiasts around the globe. The coin's valuation up to $11 million in extreme high-grade examples, reflect scarcity, condition, demand, and historical importance. Holding this coin is an emotional experience, a connection to the past, to Roosevelt's vision, and to the collectors who have admired, preserved, and sought such pieces over the years. And as we dive deeper, professional grading reveals even more. PCGS and NGC certify coins based on rigorous standards describing surface quality, strike sharpness, luster, and minor imperfections. Certification not only ensures authenticity but also significantly impacts market value. Collectors rely on these services to verify condition and provenance, and this is essential when selling or buying high-value coins. Auction houses, specialized dealers, and online marketplaces offer opportunities to sell, yet only certified coins reliably attract serious buyers. And now imagine examining the quarter's design under magnification, noticing every subtle line, contour, and shading, the bison's muscles, the rock formations, Roosevelt's facial features, all struck with remarkable precision. And yet hidden within these details are opportunities for rare discoveries. Faint doubling on the bison's back, minor die cracks along the mountains, or small anomalies on the rim can all signify higher value. The coin's story is not only in its design but in its circulation. Many were carefully handled, others tucked away, forgotten in drawers, only to resurface decades later. The thrill of discovery remains central to collecting. The anticipation, research, and patience required mirror the adventures of Roosevelt himself in the wild North Dakota plains. Every collector learns to look beyond the obvious, to study luster, edge, strike, and toning, and to appreciate the subtle artistry. The coin's alloy ensures durability, yet careful preservation maintains its brilliance. Uncirculated coins exhibit radiant luster, often described as mesmerizing by collectors, and minute surface imperfections, or the absence thereof, determine value in auctions. A perfect coin becomes a prize for its beauty, history, and rarity. And as we continue to explore, consider the coin's emotional impact, connecting a collector to Roosevelt's ideals, the park's wild landscapes, and the American spirit. Every glance, every handling, every careful examination builds understanding. And for those seeking to sell, professional platforms provide secure ways to reach serious buyers. Documenting provenance, certification, and storage history ensures maximum return. Subtle design differences between mints, rare errors, and exceptional condition are all factors that elevate this quarter's significance. And collectors worldwide seek the thrill of owning such a coin, understanding its history, and preserving its beauty for future generations. The 2016 Theodore Roosevelt National Park Quarter exemplifies the excitement, knowledge, and dedication required in coin collecting. And this adventure, the search for perfection, rarity, and history continues with every collector who holds it, studies it, and marvels at the combination of artistry, history, and numismatic value. So remember to like, comment, and subscribe to World Rare Coin, because the journey of rare coins, the thrill of discovery, and the lessons of history are endless. And this quarter is only one chapter in a story that continues to unfold, inspiring collectors to learn, explore, and preserve. The 2019 San Antonio Missions National Historical Park Quarter begins its story in the heart of Texas, where centuries of history are etched into stone, where the missions stand as silent witnesses to the passage of time. This coin is more than currency. It is a tribute to the endurance, culture, and artistry of those who built and preserved these historic sites. The design captures the grandeur of the missions, highlighting their architecture, arches, and bell towers, while symbolically representing the fusion of Spanish, indigenous, and Texan heritage. When collectors hold this quarter, they are touching layers of history. The coin weighs 5.67 grams, measures 24.6 millimeters in diameter, and has a thickness of 1.75 millimeters, specifications that seem ordinary until combined with minting quality, luster, and condition. Professional grading companies such as PCGS and NGC analyze these factors meticulously, examining strike sharpness, surface imperfections, microscopic scratches, and overall eye appeal. An MS-65 coin is a respectable collectible, while MS-67 or higher can achieve extraordinary value. And in the case of this quarter, the rarest, highest grade examples have an estimated valuation of $15 million. Yet the true story of this coin lies not only in numbers, but in its connection to history. The missions themselves are monuments of human endeavor, faith, and community, built centuries ago by Spanish missionaries and indigenous peoples, and preserved through wars, natural disasters, and social change. Holding this quarter is like holding a piece of that story. Every architectural detail, every line and curve is reflected in the coin's engraving. The arches, windows, and bell towers are rendered with remarkable depth, showing the skill of the mince artists and engravers. Yet subtle variations exist. Slight differences in die strikes, minor doubling, or faint plankett flaws can make a coin extraordinarily rare. And identifying these features requires patience, magnification, and knowledge. Collectors often spend hours comparing coins to official references, photographs, and prior auction results to recognize potential rarities. The quarter's luster is critical. Uncirculated examples reflect light in a way that emphasizes depth and detail, while circulation wear can dull the beauty and reduce market value. The reeded edge of the coin is another focus. Collectors examine it for uniformity, minor deviations, or die imperfections, as these small details can signify a rare variant. And the coin's alloy, copper with a nickel coating, ensures durability, yet natural toning can develop, ranging from soft amber to silvery sheen, adding uniqueness and appeal. Preserving the coin properly in protective holders and controlled conditions is essential to maintain value. And now we consider mint mark variations. Coins struck at the Denver Mint carry a D, while Philadelphia coins may have no mark, and these subtle differences influence desirability among collectors. Yet the ultimate value comes with condition and rarity. MS-67 or MS-68 examples are exceedingly rare, often remaining in private collections for decades, passing from one passionate collector to another, each transaction adding to provenance and historical record. And this is where professional grading services shine. PCGS and NGC certify coins based on strict standards, analyzing luster, strike, surface imperfections, and overall appeal. Certification not only guarantees authenticity but significantly impacts market value. Auction houses such as Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers provide platforms for these high-value coins, while private sales require meticulous documentation and trusted networks. Provenance, certification, and careful preservation are critical for ensuring maximum return. And as we explore the quarter further, consider the design itself. Each mission's architectural feature is captured with precision, every arch, bell tower, and window rendered in detail. Collectors notice these subtle elements and appreciate the skill required to translate monumental structures into a small, metal canvas. Yet hidden within these details are opportunities for rare errors. Faint doubling, die cracks, or plankett anomalies can elevate a coin's value dramatically. Imagine discovering such a coin in a box of old collectibles, holding it under magnification, noticing a subtle anomaly that sets it apart from thousands of others. The excitement of discovery is central to numismatics, combining observation, patience, and knowledge. The coin also tells a story of community and endurance, representing the fusion of cultures, the persistence of faith, and the preservation of heritage. These elements make it appealing not only to collectors but to historians, educators, and cultural enthusiasts. And as you handle the coin, the tactile sensation, the weight, thickness, and smooth edges all contribute to understanding quality. Even small imperfections or extraordinary qualities influence desirability. Furthermore, the coin's journey from the mint to collector hands is a story of anticipation, circulation, and rediscovery. Some coins remain tucked away, forgotten for years, only to emerge decades later into the hands of an attentive collector. The thrill of holding a rare example is enhanced by knowing its history, its design, and its rarity. And now consider the market. Collectors worldwide seek coins with exceptional condition, rare dye varieties, or subtle anomalies, and the coin's valuation, $15 million for the finest examples, is a reflection of scarcity, condition, and historical significance. Professional grading ensures buyers can trust the coin's authenticity and grade, which is critical when selling or purchasing. High-value coins, auction houses, and specialized dealers provide secure platforms for these transactions, while unverified online sales carry risk. Documentation of provenance, storage, and certification ensures maximum return. And now we delve deeper into potential anomalies. Collectors search for faint doubling, minor dye cracks, subtle planket inconsistencies, or unusual strikes. Even small deviations can elevate a coin into a premium collectible. These tiny details reward the observant collector. Combining numismatic expertise, patience, and attention to detail, and the emotional experience of handling this coin is profound, connecting collectors to the builders of the missions, to the artists of the mint, and to previous collectors who preserved it. Each glance and careful examination strengthens appreciation, understanding, and excitement. The coin embodies lessons in history, art, conservation, and human endeavor. It is a tangible piece of heritage, a miniature monument that tells a story more powerful than its size suggests. Yet the journey of discovery is ongoing. Every coin has nuances, and collectors who study luster, strike, mint mark, and design can uncover hidden treasures, subtle variations, and rare examples. The 2019 San Antonio Missions Quarter represents the fusion of culture, art, and history, offering insight into both the past and the meticulous craft of the mint. And collectors worldwide value this coin for its design, rarity, condition, and historical significance. Whether holding it, studying it under magnification, or preparing it for sale, the quarter provides lessons in observation, preservation, and numismatic knowledge. And as we conclude, remember the importance of professional grading, careful handling, proper storage, and informed selling. Certified examples reach their full potential value, while unverified coins carry risk. Auction houses, reputable dealers, and informed networks ensure a secure, rewarding experience. The coin's artistry, symbolism, and historical narrative inspire collectors to appreciate every detail, every contour, and every subtle nuance. The arches, bell towers, and mission walls are more than metal. They are a reflection of human endurance, cultural fusion, and the passage of time. And as you hold the coin, you become part of this story, connecting past, present, and future through the metal, the design, and the collector's passion. So continue to study, explore, preserve, and treasure every coin. Like, comment, and subscribe to World Rare Coin, because the journey of rare coins, the thrill of discovery, and the appreciation of history continue endlessly. And the 2019 San Antonio Missions National Historical Park Quarter is a shining example of why collectors dedicate their lives to uncovering, preserving, and celebrating these small yet profound treasures. This coin completes our journey for now, yet the adventure of numismatics continues, inspiring every collector to seek, learn, and preserve.